Welcome back to another episode. This is your host, Courtney, and today, specifically, we're going to be talking to those of you who are feeling stuck, stagnant, and spinning your wheels. Maybe that's with finances, maybe that's in business, maybe that's across the board in life. So if that's you, just keep listening. So, what I teach on when it comes to money and money mindset is the energetic side of things, the spiritual side of things, the mindset side of things when it comes to finances. And tonight, I want to touch briefly on the law of action. So, there are numerous different universal laws that govern this entire universe, whether you are aware of them or not, whether you believe in them or not, they are always working. One that you may be particularly familiar with is the law of attraction. Now, wait, before you roll your eyes and think to yourself, it's not another one of those, is it? I want you to hang tight. The law of attraction, maybe you've tried it and it's never worked and it's a bunch of hocus pocus. You mean I just sit there and I think about what I want and it's going to show up? No. I agree with you there. The law of attraction is very powerful, but there is a specific way to execute it. Okay, we're not going to talk about the law of attraction tonight, but maybe on another episode we will get into that and how you can make it work for you. The law of attraction actually is a secondary law. The law of vibration is a primary law that comes before the law of attraction. So what that means is that nothing rests. Everything vibrates. Everything has a vibration. We are all made up of energy, including money. You may have used the phrase, I love your vibe, or I like your vibe, or you may have walked into a party or a store or a bar, and you could just tell that person on the other end of the room, you just did not like their energy or their aura. We all exude that, and we all give off our own frequency and vibration depending on our thoughts and feelings. So your thoughts create a feeling, and that feeling, also known as a vibration, creates that, which is on a level of a frequency. I've spoke about it before, but the chart of consciousness created by Dr. David Hawkins, you can go and Google it after this episode, will show you the different levels of vibrations that are governing your current circumstances. Okay, you cannot outperform your innermost feelings. If you are constantly operating from shame, guilt, fear, jealousy, any of those lower vibration emotions, for example, maybe you have some debt that you've accumulated and you are constantly every day feeling frustrated around that debt and guilty around that debt, and that's all you think about. You are in a low vibration state 24/7. And what do you think you're going to get more of? You get what you focus on. Okay, so when you're constantly in those low vibrations, emotions, you're going to be tired, you're going to be exhausted, you're not going to feel motivated. Okay, but then you'll see on the chart that as you move up, if you are into willingness and neutrality and love and those higher vibration emotions, you are then going to get more like that. Happiness, contentment. You've probably come across people that things just seem to flow easily because they are constantly in those higher vibrational states. Okay, so where the law of attraction or the law of action comes in, it states that in order to change a situation, we must take action. And this is a valuable law that comes into play hand in hand with the law of attraction. No, you cannot just sit and write affirmations and quote unquote think positive and have your dreams come true. You must take action. Okay, and this is why the law of attraction doesn't work for a lot of people, is because there's more to it. You've got the law of vibration that comes into play, so you have to be regulating your emotions. You've got the law of action that comes into play. Then there are numerous different laws, natural laws of the universe that come into play as well. But the law of action tells us that nothing happens in this physical world without action, right? Many people don't take action because they don't see how they can complete the process. I work with people every day who have the desire, have the dream, they want more. They go as far as maybe starting a business or enrolling in a course, and then that's it. They don't take the action. And I've come across a very valuable quote that may resonate with you. Our self-trust is what allows us to have no doubt. Doubt kills so many dreams and so much progress. If we fully trusted ourselves, what we are capable of, and believed that we could ultimately achieve whatever it is that we're after, we would have no problem taking action. Taking action involves risks. So maybe you are working tirelessly and you want to create an additional income stream, and maybe you want to look into a business opportunity or pick up, create your own. Maybe you're looking into all these different avenues on how you can supplement your income, but it's a risk because there's an investment involved, right? There's an energetic exchange. You exchange money for an opportunity, right? There's a risk involved. What if it doesn't work? What if I'm not successful? But I'm here to tell you that there's an equal risk for not investing or not taking risks, because then you're stuck in the same pattern. And when you're constantly overworked and not fulfilled in life, barely getting by, where's that going to take you? Burnout, right? So when you think about it, yes, taking a risk into, taking action, that is a risk, but not taking action is also a risk. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be a big, hefty risk or an action step. It doesn't mean that you have to, if that's not what you desire, it doesn't mean that you have to go out and start a business or start a franchise or do this or do that. It could be a small action step. Maybe you hire someone to help you conquer your limiting beliefs and your mindset. Maybe you hire someone to help you, build your confidence and get your footing. Small little actions count. Okay? Martin Luther King, he says, you don't have to see the whole staircase. You just have to take the first step. Okay? And like I said, many do not take the risk because they do not see how they can complete the process. That's not your job. Your job is to get the ball rolling and have faith. Keyword, have faith and trust that every step will lead you closer to where you want to go. I also want to add in, many of us in this earth, on this world, are taking massive action. You may be working 40 to 60 hours a week, picking up side jobs, doing all the things, taking all the action, only to turn around to work and pay bills, and you are not fulfilled. So you're probably sitting there thinking, Courtney, I take action every day. I work 60 hours a week. I pick up every single shift. I take massive action, but I'm still stuck. I'm still unfulfilled. I'm still not moving forward. And this is a podcast for another different time, but that all comes down to limiting beliefs. And I go into all of this in the academy, how to squash those limiting beliefs, money blocks that you may have. Okay? You can take massive action and not get to where you want to go if you do not trust yourself and if you do not feel 100% worthy. Feeling worthy is the driver. And I can teach you that. But I also want to mention you have to know where you want to go. You don't have to know the how, but you have to know what you want. If you are unfulfilled with your current circumstances and you feel like you're on that hamster wheel, you are basically living just to pay bills, or what you're doing for work doesn't fulfill you, but you stay there because scarcity mindset comes in and it's like, there's nothing else for me to do. What else would I do? I went to school for this. It's the only option I have, right? If you keep believing that, that's all you're going to get, right? So if you have something within you that's like, well, I would love to build something out. I would love to do something that's from my passion. Maybe I want to start a hobby farm. I want to board horses. Maybe I want to, do a rental property or a bed and breakfast. I want to be an interior decorator and decorate for people. Maybe you have a vision for something more, and that's where it has to start. Because you can't take action on something if you don't know what you want to take action on. So I want you to think about that for a minute. You have to get laser focused. Back in 2016, when I was unfulfilled and I was living just to pay the bills, I knew deep down inside that I wanted more. I wanted to make a bigger impact in this world. And I'm here to tell you right now, the bigger impact you make, the more you'll be compensated financially. It's an energetic exchange. As you serve and you give, you then receive for those powerful offerings. And that's how it works. And it's easier. It's so much easier now than ever before because of how powerful social media is and the internet, and how you can connect with people literally from all over the world. So there is no shortage of people that you can share your offer with. So I'm going to challenge you today to get out a piece of paper and just write down everything that you desire. Because if you're feeling stuck, you need to uncover that. Are you stuck because you don't like what you're doing? Are you stuck because you don't see any other way? Are you stuck because you don't think you have it in you to make a difference in not only the lives of others, but your own life? I need you to journal it all out. I need you to put the feelings on paper. I need you to get really detailed on what it is you want. What kind of lifestyle do you want? What kind of income do you want? You need to get super detailed. Do you want to earn $5,000 a month? Do you want to earn $20,000 a month? Get detailed. Write it down. This is where the magic happens. You do not have to know the how. You do have to know where you want to go, though. Like Martin Luther King said, you do not have to see the whole staircase. You just have to take the first step. And the first step here is to write down what it is that you desire out of life. How much do you want to earn per month? What are your core values? What are your passions? What are your purposes? Write them all down. And then I'm going to give you some bonus steps here. Okay? Once you get super clear on what it is that you want, I'm going to challenge you to start using your imagination to start building out what it is that you wrote on that paper. We all have an imagination. Most of the time, we don't use it in our favor, though. most of the time we use it against ourselves. When you're worrying about what people are going to think about you, and when you're worrying about maybe your kids off to school, or you're worrying about, driving to town, that car might hit me, that's using your imagination. You are creating images in your mind that go against you, that aren't working for you, but you are creating images in your mind and building out pictures. That's using your imagination. How many times have you focused on something that was a worry that actually transpired in your life? It's so common. It's happened to me many times back in my worry days and my days when I suffered with anxiety and depression. I used my imagination all the time. Worrying. Right? So I'm challenging you now to use your imagination for yourself. It's powerful. So what you're going to do is you're going to imagine yourself living out everything that you wrote down. You're going to imagine what it feels like to have that $20,000 depositing into your account each month, if that's the income level that you chose. You're going to feel the feelings. If you cry, even better. The more emotion you put in, the better. That is how you raise your vibration, and that is how you draw things to you. Imagine what it feels like to have that hobby farm that you wrote down. Whatever you wrote down, sit and visualize it. Play it out in your mind like a movie. Try it. It's powerful. I'm going to challenge you to do this for 7 days straight. Then let me know how you feel. Let me know how uplifted you feel. Let me know how much more you believe in yourself after seeing it in your mind. Okay, so that's your homework for today. What will come next will be amazing. Okay, so before I leave tonight, I'm going to touch on one last little thing. We all have an intuition. It's our body's inner guidance system. It's our GPS. So as you start to implement anything upon the mind, any mindset techniques, visualization, anything that I teach you, you will start to get nudges. You will start to get gut feelings. You will start to get people that come into your life at the right time that are meant to take you to the next step. Okay? How many times have you looked back and been able to be like, oh my God, I'm so happy that happened, because if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be here right now. Good and bad. I'm talking good and bad. I can look back in my life and see things that were bad that happened that in the time it was like, oh my God, my life's over. But now it's like, wow, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be this strong today. If that didn't happen, I wouldn't be where I am at today. This is exactly what's going to happen when you start using your imagination to your advantage. You'll get a gut feeling. Maybe someone will present an opportunity to you, and you'll have this pit in your stomach. It's like, yes, like I'm drawn to that. I'm drawn to that. But then the ego and the brain will come in and say, no, 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 you're not good enough. And we'll try to sabotage that. You can't let the ego hold you back. Next time you get that gut feeling, you get that intuition that this is your next step, remember this podcast and think of Courtney talking about the law of action, that I must take action. Okay? You have to act on your intuition. And I guarantee you, after you write your desires list and you visualize on it, you are going to get intuitive hits that are going to guide you to where you're supposed to go next. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in. I can't wait to hear about your visualization process. I can't wait even to, if you want to share your desires with me, I would love to see it all. So have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you guys back next week.